Please note this video is for informational and educational purposes only and is not intended to be individualized nutrition or medical advice. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Jen. Today we are going to set up my cycle menu in my planner. So you may have seen that recently I shared a video called How to Simplify Meal Planning with a Cycle Menu. If you didn't catch that video, it's okay. You are okay to just hang out here. I will catch you up, but I would still recommend going back and watching that video. It just kind of gives you a broad overview of what a cycle menu is and how to implement it in your own life. But as I promised there, I said we would go deeper, and that is what we are going to do today. So I have my planner here. If you are new here, this is a half letter size planner. It is mainly from Jane's Agenda, which actually Jane's Agenda calls it junior size. And I am an affiliate for Jane's Agenda, so I do have an affiliate link down in the description box. I have a little discount code for you, Planning Gold. Check out all of that in the description box. But do know, if you shop that link, I do earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I'll also let you know, if you are new around here, that I'm a registered dietitian. So I have over 12 years of experience as a registered dietitian. And so I'm really excited to start talking a bit more about nutrition with you, living a healthy lifestyle, and supporting all of that. So today, let's talk about a cycle menu, and we are going to go ahead and set one up in my planner, which I am excited to do because while I've had this concept brewing for a while, I have not put it into action yet, and I'm so excited. So if you don't know, a cycle menu is very often used in food service because it allows the food service company to understand what's happening far in advance, so planning accordingly, and it helps control budget, which is another really big reason that cycle menus get used. What a cycle menu is selecting a number of menus for the week, and you can choose how many weeks are in your cycle. So maybe your cycle is 2 weeks and then it repeats. Maybe your cycle is 3 weeks. Maybe your cycle is an entire month, and it can either repeat or you could have multiple cycles that run back to back. And so in that cycle, you could have repeat meals. You could have repeat themes. Like for instance, in my children's school, every single Friday is pizza. You could implement something like that in your own life. Maybe you love Taco Tuesday. It really doesn't matter when it's for you. You get to pick exactly what you want. I am going to mainly be focusing on dinners. I do think that down the line, I may create cycles for other meals, but right now it's dinner is the main one that I need help with. And so how I suggest you start is by first listing out your go-to meals. And what I have here are the monthly meal planning inserts from Jane's Agenda. Now I have spruced them up just a little bit because number one, I love decorating my planner, brings me joy. Number two, the words were pretty small for the categories on here, and I'm aging and the eyes aren't what they used to be, and it was a little bit hard for me to see the headers. So I just went ahead and added these headers that came out of a Happy Planner book. Let's see. This is an old one. I don't know if you can get it anymore. I am a Happy Planner affiliate as well, so that link is also down in the description box, but you may not be able to get this particular book anymore. I bought this a long time ago, and even then it was old, but you never know. They do keep some of their oldies around. Also, over here it said dessert, but I'm not saying I don't ever eat dessert. I mean, come on, I'm a human being, but I didn't really need a list of desserts, and I wanted all this space for dinners because part of why I'm doing this is that I'm getting tired of the same old, same old. So we still have our favorites, and that's what we're going to go ahead and list here, all of our favorite dinners. But I also want to start incorporating new meals into the mix. So what I've also added here is I made this is a note piece of paper that I put, this sticker is from that same Happy Planner book. This washi is from the Daily Grind Planner, and I actually just shared that little haul, so all the videos that I mention will be linked down in the description box if you want to check them out. And then this dinner sticker is from a Live Love Posh Fitness book. So here I'm going to start collecting new recipes, new meal ideas, and I'm going to list them out here because what I'm plan on doing is kind of monitoring how this cycle ends up working out for me. And then down the line, I will either create a new cycle to pair with the cycle we come up with today, or I'll adjust the old cycle. I am, as I've shared many times, a recovering perfectionist, and I'm just forcing myself to say, it's okay. It does not have to be perfect. We're going to go for it. So that's what's happening here. I did start collecting a few recipes from the American Diabetes Association. So I tell all my patients, and I am happy to tell you as well, the American Diabetes Association has an awesome wealth of recipes on their website. You do not have to have diabetes to use these recipes. They are just general healthy recipes. They keep them relatively simple. They give you all the nutrition information too, which is awesome. I printed some recipes off that website. So I am going to go grab that, and we are just going to start to fill in this list just because I want to get it done. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here's some of the recipes I printed out. They printed kind of funny, but that might have been user error. But you can see like this one, which sounds so good, roasted veggie grain bowl with seared tilapia and herbed yogurt sauce. I'm going to shorten that title for my list. And then, yeah, it printed kind of funny, but it does give you all the nutrition information. And for me, I do like to keep my meals relatively high protein, and I do not avoid carbohydrates, but I do try to pick high fiber carbohydrates, and depending on the time of day, I watch the portion, and that's what works for my personal blood sugar control. I do not have diabetes, but I do have insulin resistance. So anyway, if you'd like me to go deeper on that in another video, let me know. I'd be happy to do that. Roasted cabbage, chicken parmesan, lemon dill salmon cake salad. Yeah, chicken shawarma, collard greens. So I printed a whole bunch of these. So I am going to, most likely, I think what I'm going to do with the recipes themselves is put them in a 3-ring binder. I do, although, have a letter size Happy Planner notebook. So I have either. So I might disc punch them and put them in that. So I'll let you know what I decide. But I'm going to speed it up, but I'm going to go ahead and fill out my list here, and then we will go on to the next page. Okay, so I think this is a very good start. I am considering building into my cycle menu a new recipe night, and that way I have the opportunity to build in trying some of these new recipes. In a perfect world, I would have tried a bunch of them already, and I would know which ones I like, and but it's not a perfect world. It's been an insane, crazy busy summer, and again, I'm going for it. I'm making it work. And I know I'm not the only one who has very limited time. So here we are. So I think this is a great start. And as I collect more recipes, I'll list them here, and I will make some kind of way of collecting those recipes. So let me know if you want me to do that in a video. So now I am going to go ahead and list out my family's go-tos that we're already working with, because most of those are what are going to go into my cycle for now. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out. And so taco bowl is one that we do pretty much every week. It's one of my favorites. But salmon we either have with baby carrots and mashed cauliflower, which mostly I choose this because it's so quick and easy because I'm using a frozen one. Or I make salmon with roasted vegetables, which I'll just say roasted veg, and sweet potato. And I love that, but that does take a little more work. And that's one of the things that is going to be, you know, one of the factors in how my cycle works, because number one, I don't mind cooking, but a lot of nights I don't have time for a lot of it. So leftovers are important. And you're going to see as I build my cycle that there's going to purposefully be the same meal 2 nights in a row sometimes. Yeah. And then also how I like it. So I was thinking that if I'd thought it through, which I hadn't, I would have left more room so that I could rate the meals, like give it 5 stars or 4 stars or whatever. But maybe I'll just do it with a number because I think there's enough room for that. And then I'll revise the list over time. Some of these will move to the favorites, some of them not. Okay, so what else? Baked chicken breast. That's another one we've really been enjoying. And we usually have that with veggies. I'm just going to write or salad. It kind of depends. Whoops, didn't turn the camera back on. So salad with real good chicken tenders, which are chicken tenders that are made with almond flour, and my blood sugars do not mind those. And that's one that's nice and quick and easy and still high protein. I also really love salad with tuna. We do eat a lot of salad. It's just easy and we like it. And then one that's kind of new that I want to add in, and so it might, you know, maybe it shouldn't go on this favorites list, but it's going to, is going to be chicken meatballs. I just looked up several recipes with spaghetti squash. Do you guys like spaghetti squash? Have you tried it? I love it. And it's not to say that I don't eat pasta, because also the next one is frozen meatballs, which we either get turkey. There were chicken ones I loved, but haven't been able to find them in a long time. And we do the protein plus angel hair with that, and a load of veg. And the other thing, there's 2 more that we haven't been having often, but I want to bring back a chili night. And I love that with sweet potato, but sometimes we'll make a cornbread and also meatloaf. I love meatloaf, and I have to ask my mom for the recipe again. But my mom has a great recipe for meatloaf, and I really enjoy that. Yeah, I'm not going to even write out the sides for that because I'm not sure. But the reason I'm writing like the full meal, if I'm able, is that while I'm not going to do it in this video today, another step you can take, but I think I'm going to wait until I refine my cycle menu, is to create a grocery list for each week of your cycle. And then you can take that pre-made list, look at your pantry, cross off anything that you already have, and building your grocery list is now so much easier. So that's one of those things that takes some work up front, but then saves you so much time in the end. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this off of here, and this is, actually, I'm going to pull it off the discs for now. So I'm going to move my planner. What are we thinking about my new desk mat? It's the first time I'm trying it off. It's a little soft, so I hope writing on it is okay, but we're going to give it a whirl. So this page is the blank month that comes in the monthly meal plan insert. Now, what I did was I it's not dated, but it is a Monday start
And I'm doing my cycles Sunday to Saturday because I grocery shop on Sunday. I get grocery delivery every Sunday. So for me, it makes a lot of sense for my cycle to start on Sunday. Plus, I usually have therapy on Monday nights. Big fan of therapy, so happy to say that. And because I don't have a lot of time on Monday nights, so I like to cook something on Sunday that makes leftovers on Monday. So it just makes a lot of sense for me. I'm still thinking on it, but I may do a 2-week cycle to begin, though I do have enough meals that I may be able to do a 3-week cycle. I'm going to think about it for 1 second, and I'm going to be right back. So here's what I did. This is very messy, but I just took, this is a very cute notepad from JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop, and I am an Etsy affiliate, so FYI, JoJo's Pretty Paper Shop is linked down in the description box, and also these days of the week were from a freebie from Lemon and Honey Studio, and that's also linked down in the description box. I just needed to think on it for a minute. So I am going to do a 3-week cycle. So what I'm going to do is fill out the 3 weeks of the cycle on here. I'm going to label this instead of writing month and year, because this is meant to be your monthly calendar, but I thought it was perfect for keeping track of my cycle. So I'm going to title this Cycle 1. And then as I mentioned down the line, I may make a Cycle 2 or Cycle 1 may get rewritten. And I thought about doing this in erasable pen, but I decided that I didn't want to do that because I wanted to keep what didn't work too, so I could reflect on it in the future. And then we're going to have week 1, week 2, and week 3 of our cycle. And then I'm going to transfer that onto a calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and start filling out my cycle. I think I might just very small write W1 here. You guys, I have the worst handwriting, sorry. W2, and it's worse on camera, of course, because I'm doing all this at a kind of awkward angle, trying not to put my head in the camera. So, cycle 1, you're going to see that I have purposefully built in repeats because that's what works for my family. That's what works for me. And I'm not going to write out the whole thing the way I did on the other list. I'll know what it means, and I'll also have that list to refer to. But so the first one, we're going to do our traditional, we're going to do taco bowl on Sunday, and we are going to do taco bowl on Monday. Then we're going to do salad with steak, which is another one that I forgot to list out, but one that most of my family will eat and we enjoy. And we do lean steak, and we don't do it too often, but we do it. Then it's going to be salmon, and I'm just going to write with CC because it's going to make sense to me instead of writing everything out, but it means with carrots and mashed cauliflower, and it's going to be the same thing on Thursday. All right. And then on Friday, it's going to be frozen meatballs, which often are turkey ones, with the Barilla Protein Plus Angel Hair, which I'm just going to write Angel Hair. And if you're not familiar with that product, they just add in chickpea protein and fiber. And so I find that a lot of people like it, and not sponsored, although Barilla, if you're listening, but I just find that a lot of people like it because the texture is much more like a white pasta, but you get the benefit of the fiber and a little added protein. I wouldn't rely on that as your main protein source, but yeah. And then Saturday of week 1 of our cycle is going to be new recipe night. But like I said, it may not always perfectly work out that way, but I want to start. I'm really excited about some of those recipes I've collected. I also belong to the Haley Happens Fitness membership. I do have a referral link for that saves you $5. That's what I follow for my strength training workouts. And she, in the membership, gave us some PDFs of some different recipes too, and I'm going to start looking at some of those as well. Okay, so now we're on to week 2 of our cycle. So we're going to do chili with sweet potato. Yum. And then we're going to do that again on the next day, because that's what works for me. You do not have to do that at all. You could have a different thing every night. You could also have many repeating meals. You have the freedom to build it to what works for you. And that's why I think it's really cool. And then we're going to do salad with the chicken tenders. And then Wednesdays going to be our new chicken meatballs, which I'm really excited to try with our spaghetti squash. And it might not always be that, but then it's going to be the same. So I'm just going to write out chicken meatballs because I'm lazy. And then it's going to be our salad with tuna. And then it's going to be baked chicken. All right, and I'm going to speed through week 3 of the cycle. Okay, you can see as you're looking at my cycle, I do have a lot of repeating meals. Week 1 cycle starts with taco bowl, and so does week 3. And then I purposefully have, leftovers built in. And I added in to try a new recipe again on Saturday, week 3. Now, honestly, Saturdays are really up in the air. There's going to be Saturdays where trying a new recipe is not going to work out, but that's okay. So now let's move our cycle into a calendar. So let's do that. First, we're going to do it in my planner. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to show you how I might like it on a wall calendar. So let's do it. So a while back, we received these 1-page monthly calendars in one of our sub boxes. And I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think these may be available in the Jane's Agenda shop. And I decided that I wanted to use this for this purpose. Here is how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to start on the 3rd just for the moment to show you what the cycles, how they work, because I think it'll make more sense starting on the Sunday, but then I will backtrack up here, so don't you worry. So we're gonna start with week 1 of our cycle. So now it is taco bowl, and I'm going to just go ahead and fill out this first week. And now I'll fill out week 2. Now I will fill out week 3. And now the month is not over, so now we go back to week 1. And I'm going to take the end of week 3 and fill it out here. And we're just going to see how it works out. So let me throw these pages back into my planner. And the setup of my planner will probably be up actually before this video. So by then I will have swapped out of the yellow, but this yellow really got me out of my comfort zone and it's been pretty fun. And I've enjoyed this well-being section of my planner. I'm going to definitely be keeping it, as you can tell. If you're enjoying this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button. You can follow along on the journey. Actually, I'm going to put my cycle next. I'm so excited about this, you guys, because I might be a dietitian, but I struggle. Oh, I forgot. Whoopsie. I forgot my favorite meals page. I am a dietitian, but I struggle with meal planning too. And I feel like this is like a really awesome experiment and I'm excited about it. And eventually I'm going to fill in these as well. And who knows if I make cycles or not, but just to have ideas listed, I think will be great. Because honestly, I'm in a rut with all my meals. How about you? And also, what tips and tricks do you have for the community about meal planning, meal prepping, anything like that? What questions do you have? Please comment below, all of it. So now I have that for my reference. But what I think I would also like, I was gifted this beautiful calendar from Cabbrix. It's not an affiliate link, but the link will be down below if you want to look at their calendars. I did not receive one, but they do have magnetic calendars that you could put right on your fridge. And I think that would actually be perfect. And maybe next year I will invest in one of those. But I also had the idea of using sticky notes. So let me show you what that would look like. And then I probably will also go ahead and write it in. I might not do that right now for the sake of time, but let me grab the sticky notes and show you what I mean. Okay, so I have some sticky notes from Laurel Denise, but I did have to cut them down a little bit. But what you could do, here, let me just do it here, is put a sticky note down on each day. And this way, if you needed to change something, you know, like you had grocery shopped already, but schedule's crazy, you could just swap around the sticky notes. And I think that's a pretty cool way of going about it. Whoops, why did I skip Sunday? I don't know. Oh, goodness. You know, and so then you could go ahead and write your meal, your cycle on the sticky notes. And then if you had to, you could, come on, Impress Manicure, don't fail me now. You could certainly swap them out. So I think I might do that for a little while because I think that actually would help me to, you know, really, you know, give me the freedom I'm looking for. And I could like be very interactively doing it. And maybe I'll find out that I don't need to do that at all, which would mean it's working perfectly. But I think that's what I'm going to do for a little while. So I'll probably for a little bit do both. Fill out the calendar in my planner, but also use the wall calendar because my family has used a wall calendar for years. And yeah, and I think that's going to be a pretty cool way to go about it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're going to try this. I am so intrigued to know if you guys are as excited about this as I am. And please let me know what else you want to see in regards to meal planning or anything in general. This content is for you, and I want to know that I am bringing you value because that just means the world to me. I will link for you my meal planning playlist here. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye.